When I look at all the different things that can bring people financial success in their life, career choices are a massive factor, and the direction you take can dramatically change your options later down the line. And for a lot of people, particularly in their early stages of their careers, you could argue that their most valuable or their biggest asset is actually their intellectual capital or their ability to earn over the next 10, 20, 30, maybe even 40 years. And the breakdown of your pay can make a massive difference to how effective these earnings are over the years. And it's not all about that headline salary number. So, this week we're talking about job offers and company pension policies. This is week 2 of big decisions. Which job offer should I take? Before we go any further, please take a moment to read these risk warnings. I'll put them below as well, so please scroll down or pause to read through them. Right, let's crack on with the video. My first job after university was in finance recruitment, and I spent a lot of time there talking to people about job offers and pay. And most of the things people wanted to hear about, as you'd expect, were salary, bonuses, car allowances, things like that. Most of the time, pension contributions were completely discounted, or they were one of the last things people cared about on a job offer. But I know now how much of a difference a good pension policy can make to someone over the long term. We're going to look at the case study I introduced last week with our example couple, Alex and Eliza. Eliza is a finance manager. She currently earns £55,000 and she receives the statutory minimum pension contribution of 8% of her earnings. And out of that 8%, she contributes 5% and her employer contributes 3%. This is the cash flow model I introduced last week for Alex and Eliza, forecasting their assets over time from their current ages of 37 all the way up until age 100. And the peak here is the retirement age we decided on, which was 66. This gives a forecasted savings at retirement figure of 879,000, and this is in today's terms. Right, we're going to say she has 2 job offers, and the first one, the only thing that's changed on this model is the salaries, so going up from 55,000 to 57,000 a year. And this is what the model looks like. So again, looks pretty similar, and this savings at retirement figure around 20,000 more than the previous one, as you'd expect with a higher salary. The second job offer is actually for the same salary she's on currently, so £55,000. The only change to this model are the pension contributions, so they've now increased from 8% as they were before up to 10% of her salary each year. And this is 5% matched, which means she puts in 5% still, and the employer matches it and puts in 5%. This is what the cash flow model looks like. So the forecasted savings at retirement now in today's terms are 919. So about 20,000 more than in job offer 1 and about 40,000 more than in the current setup before either of the offers. So what this tells us is that even though job offer 2 is paying £2,000 a year less than job offer 1, based on these factors, it's clearly the one to go for. Right, let's assume she takes job offer 2, and let's have a look if it will make a difference to that target retirement age we looked at last week. So I've just brought it forward again from 66 to 65. And here's what the cash flow model looks like. So it looks relatively similar to the last graph, but we're not running out of money. We've got enough to live to 100. So this shows that that small change in the pension contribution could bring your retirement age forward by a year. There's obviously plenty to consider when you're moving jobs, but hopefully after watching this video, pension contributions are more at the forefront of people's minds. There are some companies out there that will double match pension contributions. So this means if you contribute 5%, they'll contribute 10%, which is a massive, massive benefit. If you're a business owner or an employer, this is also definitely something to think about. It is a real way to attract and retain staff and can make a massive difference, particularly if you're only contributing that minimum 3%. Thank you very much for watching week 2 of Big Decisions. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop me a note.